Good evening. Welcome back, everybody. Thunderstorms trekking through the Ohio Valley here as we speak. We have the warm air and the moisture that's kind of settled in front of this front, and now we're seeing that cold front and a well-defined line move its way through. Now reaching about Fort Wayne, moving through Indianapolis here within the next hour, and we are going to see this thing creeping in closer and closer, and it's actually moving as fast as about 50 miles per hour, so it will not be long before that is moving through Fort Wayne and beginning to enter our region here. Moving forward, you can see that outside right now we do have the dew point temperature risen a little bit from what we saw earlier, almost a 60-degree dew point, and the winds continuing to blow from the south. That's keeping this warm air that we're seeing out there right now, 74 degrees for the current temperature, very mild conditions. So we could still possibly feed some of those storms as they continue to move in, and it's been for us a very mild trend over the last 7 days. We've only had one day that was below the average. That was on Monday. For the most part, we've been well above that several times at or even above 80 degrees like we were here today, 82 degrees for the high temperature. And you can see both for the low and the high, we were above the average. So far, we haven't seen a ton of rain that's moved through. Those scattered thunderstorms that kind of move throughout the region were a bit sporadic, but this line that we're seeing move forward, this is much more well-defined. So we're going to be having a much easier time kind of tracking this moving forward. And on the Futurecast, you can see the cold front to blame for this. That's the trigger that kind of wedges underneath the warm air and the moisture that's settled out in front. And with that, we're going to see these kind of line of storms just move their way quickly through. That cold front is driving through, and even behind, hopefully once we get into the noon hour, we pull in enough of that drier air to begin to kind of recede some of the cloud line. And you can see as we do go throughout the afternoon, high pressure working its way in from the north. So eventually we do expect to see some of the clouds roll out, but we have an unusual setup that's coming towards our region. We're going to have a stationary front move in, so the warm air trying to pump in from the south, but we're seeing some cold air kind of fight back. And right along that line to the north, you see that moisture climbing over, and we have a chance to see these thunderstorms that are going to kind of affect us as we go throughout the next couple of days. This stationary front will not move a whole lot. Here for tonight, once we get to shortly after the midnight hour, we expect to see this line of thunderstorms moving through, temperatures gradually dropping their way down once the rain does move through. And as I mentioned, the primary threats associated with this are strong wind gusts somewhere around 50 miles per hour with the possibility of some small hail associated with it as well. And overnight here tonight, we could see some accumulations in the rain bucket ranging from about a tenth to a quarter. If you are under one of these heavier thunderstorms, you could kind of accumulate some precipitation faster than that. But overall here for tonight, 61 for the low, those thunderstorms moving on through for tomorrow, 74 degrees for the high temperature, maybe a few showers lingering in the morning hours, but clearing out by the time we get into the afternoon. But as I mentioned, Cynthia, the stationary front affecting us for both Friday and Saturday, kind of giving us the possibility for more thunderstorms moving forward.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Thanks so much.